All right, everybody, I hope you're ready. I am about to explain and answer the number one misunderstanding that many consumers have regarding credit, and that is why are my scores different based on where I get them from? Where I hear this confusion every day, like many mortgage lenders do, is online credit apps such as Credit Karma, just for example, but everywhere online, all of your credit card apps, all of your credit monitoring sites, Credit Karma, what have you, whatever your score is there is typically not going to be the same as when a mortgage lender pulls your credit report and score. The short answer is different equations. Different equations or algorithms are used in different industries to calculate the credit bureau's information. So let's just real quickly explain who the parties in play are. So you have the three major credit bureaus who are TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Believe it or not, they actually don't have anything really to do with your actual credit score. I know it sounds crazy. You're like, now he's just telling lies, but they're the repositories of information, the credit bureaus. Creditors have to pay them to apply information or gather information on our credit report. And because there's a cost involved, nobody has to report, let alone to all three. The credit bureaus are all for-profit companies. Again, making a whole bunch of money nationally by creditors paying them to apply and gather information, and also selling our information to anybody who wants to buy it. Again, another segment. We're going to get into that, delve more into that in the next segment. But the credit bureaus are just the repositories of information. They're collecting it. Nobody has to report to all three. So while you have, whenever you're reviewing your credit report online and you're looking at the three individual credit bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, they typically don't all list the same score wherever you're seeing it. And that's typically because each of the individual bureaus don't have the exact same information being reported per each of them. So our credit scores, whichever one's in the middle. If you're going by a three bureau credit report, it's whichever one's in the middle. Credit bureau with you have a high bureau with a high score, a low bureau with a low score. Whichever one's in the middle is our credit score. Now, different industries can and do use different algorithms or equations to calculate the credit bureau's information. Due to their needs, their requirements. Common response that I get in feedback from everybody right away is, why can't it just be one equation? Why does it have to be so confusing and have different equations and all this different information? Short answer again is different industries weigh or calculate the credit bureau's information differently. They weigh collections differently. They maybe don't score medical collections. Maybe they don't score certain types of accounts, or maybe they don't have an extended history reporting. These are just a few examples. But different equations calculate information differently. Also, the algorithms that are used by the mortgage industry across the country are the same in the industry. So wherever you're applying with a lender, they're all using the same algorithms to calculate the credit score in the mortgage industry. And the algorithms used in the mortgage industry range from 300 to 850, where other algorithms used in other industries, let's say online, retail, what have you, that could be, 500 to 999, for example. So it's just a skewed spectrum, different equations, calculating the same information, or different information for each individual bureau, once again, as well, right? So again, not to be overly confusing, but these are who the parties in play are. You have the three individual credit bureaus who all for-profit companies, just making money by creditors paying them and then selling their information to anybody who wants to buy it. And then you have different equations used in different industries: mortgage, auto, credit card, insurance, online. All these different industries they all use different algorithms than the mortgage industry. The algorithms that are used in the mortgage industry, problem is nobody else uses them, right? It's short answer again is the home loan is typically going to be the highest value loan most consumers are going to apply for and want to achieve. A whole lot different than applying for a department store card or an auto loan. or an apartment lease, what have you. So again, totally different because of the requirements, the prerequisites. Okay, different equations are used in different industries to calculate the credit bureau's information. Online is usually higher because of that skewed spectrum again, and whether or not they score collections. But online scores are typically higher than when a mortgage lender pulls credit. So just be prepared for that, just so you're not shocked. But it's typically going to be different. And you're right away, if you don't know this information, every mortgage lender is gonna tell you, just like we've talked about, is they say, well, hey, I just applied, I just took a look at my credit score online. It was a 750. I just applied with the mortgage lender. It's a 650. It's like, that can't be right. No, the mortgage lender is your most accurate credit score. It's online that is inaccurate to the mortgage industry. Now, there's still some relativity. I don't want to throw online under the bus altogether. It's just simply a misunderstanding. But most all of your credit apps or online credit sites, they all have that meter, right? In the red or poor credit, kind of crummy credit. If it's in the red, yep. And then way over here is excellent, excellent credit. That meter is relative. The scores aren't going to be the same, but you can probably, just get a quick gauge by that meter. If it says excellent, chances are your credit is probably good, not a guarantee, but probably good or decent or fair or lendable even, if it says excellent. But if it says in the red, poor or bad credit, chances are, you probably need some improvement. Maybe your report's a little banged up. Maybe you need you've got some low credit scores. So that's probably relative. But anyway, if you want to know, okay, so if online scores are not accurate, and I'm looking at Credit Karma right now, I'm like, well, it's it says 700, but this guy's saying that it's not accurate. How do I know? Well, if you're hoping to be approved for a home loan, then apply with a mortgage professional. Let them run the numbers, give you the most accurate information, let you know what your mortgage accurate credit scores are, eliminate the hypotheticals. But this is the number one misunderstanding of all the misunderstandings that consumers have to credit. More to come. Talk soon.